Why, hello there. Ugh, I'm blurry. Let's fix that in just one sec. First, let me make sure all this is good. It seems to be. And then we'll fix this camera right quick. There we go. Okay. Alrighty then. So, today, we need to track down this bug and fix it, and figure out what I'm doing incorrectly with this, the text controllers, how to use them correctly with provider. That's the plan. Ugh. It's been a long day. Okay, so let's just make sure. Yeah, that's still very broken. Okay. So. And those two are in there. Bum. That's not my issue. I'm doing that part correctly. Well, that description sounds good, but Stack Overflow removed it. That's cool. I guess my question actually is, let's print out when this actually gets triggered so that I know. So when I click on a thing, it triggers it. That's to be expected. And it did fire there. Change there. It highlights when it fires. And I believe that's because in our on change, is it this? Hang on, I have questions. Let's delete that or clear that so I can make sure. But if I thought we did this already where I took that out. if I comment that out, just as a test, okay, and we'll make sure to hot restart instead of just hot load. Okay, I click on you, you get fired once. I click on it again, it does get fired. Why doesn't it do it on subsequent? It's a little bit perplexing. I wonder if it's this. I wonder if it's this change that triggers things to happen. Okay. Let's clear that. It is. Okay. So that does shed a little light on things. Okay. So we know where it happens. And I think we tried this. But let me just make sure. Because if we don't copy the selection, perhaps. Ah. Because they do say typically only used in tests as it resets the cursor position and the composing state. For production code, consider using the value setter to update the text value instead. Specify a reasonable selection range within the new text. The value setter. We're going to go with that. And we're going to need to do the same thing over here. Do. That. Bring y'all up. Except. Oops. This needs to be value. This is copy with. Text is that. Except for you're not data anymore. Oh, because we need to also lift these up when it changes dependencies. I should have cut that instead of copying. That's fine. We'll fix that up. Ooh, except for then. That's fine. Let me fix this first. Copy with text is that value. Oops, exit description controller. Value. Copy width text is, I can't type you. Okay. Meow. And then we can do that. We do need map state as well. And then because they're now class variables, we'll underscore them. That was a weirdly long time, but okay, whatevers. Okay. So, meow. Let's check that real quick. Gonna make sure we get a nice clean build here. Or launch, I guess you could say. Close that so I have a little bit of room to look at the rest of the screen. Okay. So I start editing you. You don't nuke everything. Perfect. Ooh, that's not good. Map state has not been an issue. Oh, did I did. I screwed that up. And you're that. And you're that. Make sure. Okay. That fixes the bug. Makes me very, very happy. Okay. Transit, enter, exit, exit description. That. I think we're good there. We are going to commit this and say fix text fields highlighting all contents on start of editing them. I guess good enough. I'll remember that, I hope. Maybe. Maybe not. Okay. Couple things we need to tidy up here. The editing here. Let's make sure that no longer overflows. That now we moved it down here. Love that. Okay, so I can stop being quite so careful with that as I run through here. We do need to still give this I want to change the way these print out in a couple different places. For one, I want to give this a label that just says connections. I also need to get a little downy arrow, the universal sign for this can be expanded, which is I know kind of just a silly bit of polish, but let's just do it. We'll take a second to do it before we get into actually writing these changes. So that's in there. It's in here. connection data form. It's in here. We do need to fix that. Actually, before I forget, I need to do this too. We need to do this. Ooh, except for you don't accept multiple children. Could we put you in a column widget without destroying everything? It'll bump me down a little bit, but I'm okay with that. You just take that back out, and then I have that. And then I can do that. I do still want a little bit more. What did I do for location? Nothing special. Why do you look so much further down then, Mr. Location? It must be something to do with the text field. That's not bad, though. I can deal with that. Okay. We'll say add label for actions section in room data form. That's Gucci. And then connection data form, which is here. There's that. It's the collapse text is what it is. Here. Let's do this. Oops. That's a lot easier to read. There's a lot less clutter in there. And a lot less, you know, boilerplate, I guess you might call it. So let's rock and roll with that for meow. That's good. And then here. I thought you had a trailing icon or something. Tooltip. Am I crazy? Maybe I'm thinking of a different widget, a different button. Let's give her a double check here. Um, Loading action button icon. Extended has icon. Okay. Could I do an extended? This needs not a child, but a label. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Perfectly fine. And then icon. And I can give him that, I suppose. That's in front of them, though. I'd like it to be behind. Is there a... Let's see. Trailing icon. Don't see... Is there a style? Because I think some of them are in there. No. Okay. So if that's not going to get me where I want to be, let's switch it back. Don't think... It's an input decoration class. And you don't have... You don't have that. I don't think. No. There is an icon button, but that's still not quite what I want. Okay. If there's no built-in method to do what I want, then What happens if I put you in a row? Everything unhappy? Seems okay to me. Okay. Nothing's overflowing. Happy with that. Get our center back in there. And then after my text, expand more. Gives us that, which is not bad. But it'll overflow. I would need to expand it, I think. Can I do that, or is that the wrong parent? I think we're okay. Still gonna overflow, though. Ugh. That's annoying. That overflows an ellipsis, but I would need to do this. I think. Yes. And then would I be able to get rid of that one? Yes. That makes those ellipses, but then this. And then when we expand, except for I've lost my... Oh, because you fill up. Okay, stop it. Stop it now. Relaunch that so that goes away. Okay. Might be okay with that, actually, though. You didn't overflow. There's nothing to overflow anymore. You lied to me. And I want you to stop lying to me. Like so. Okay. That will do a fix. And I guess I could do... this. Would that over... No, that's fine. And then center you within your row. I think I like it better without it, though, actually. As weird as that sounds. Back to there. And that one, I think. Because this makes it all nice and either side. The length of the different strings doesn't Make it jaggedy. I like that. We're going to stick with that. Okay. Now let's do the expanded. I want to use the same string. And actually what I should do here is make you we're gonna be something like that. And then I can say in here is that, and then here it's label text, and then down here it's label text. Make my life not been initialized. I guess we could set that on build. That should be fine. It's just a string. Let's do that. And then I can actually make it that. That can go away. I don't need to track it. Ugh. I shouldn't have done that. That's fine. We'll fix it. Didn't think before I refactored there. Skill issue. Totally. Okay. So what we could do for this, there's a font size, but font style, shut up. That's a bunch of nonsense. I thought there was a... It's not that one. It's not that one. What needs updates? Okay, sure. Let's just color. That's me. I swear I've done this before. Somewhere in here. Let's just color. Let's just color. Maybe I didn't do this. Okay. This is for the web stuff. I don't want that. Pardon me. That's for list builder stuff. Theme. Yes. Okay. Here it is. Text theme. Let's see here. Make sure I'm in the right spot here because I want to do it up here. You. Where would I put... Oh, just in style. Hey, nice project. Thanks. Appreciate you. That's theme data, though. I don't want that. I think it's just going to be the font size, which is going to be context. What was it? Text theme. Dot. There we go. Okay. Headline small? Well, that's not the right parameter for sure. Font style. I guess it would be... that. Okay, yeah. That's still too big, but how about a label large instead? I don't know if that's any better. Oops. Hello? There we go. Gosh. Like it just bolds it, which, eh. How about a title small? What does that do? I think that also kind of just bolds it. Yeah, okay. So if I'm not going to get... What's a display small? Just before I go. Ah, nope. Okay. We're rolling this back. This is still label text, though. Didn't I call you label text? Oh, yeah. You're just not underscored anymore. Okay. And instead... we still want to center you. Let's do that. And then... what is the... decoration, box decoration. That's what I'm looking for. I think it's a border side. No. Box border. What did I do here? It is a border. Oh, I was trying border side. So it is a border. Bottom is a border side. And I don't think I have... I don't. But this is the only place it's being used in this particular widget, so it's probably fine. And what were we using? Primary color light. Was it not in color scheme? It was not. Okay. That one. And the width was not 10. It was 2. Can dig that. And then if I was to do... You're inside the center. I need to make you a row. Instead of a container. Except for you also need to be expanded? Why? Is it because the column isn't the full width? Oh, well, that breaks everything, so let's not do that. What if I do that instead? Still no bueno. Really? Why not? Why would you do such a thing? Let's take a look at the inspector and the select widget mode. So that's full. Oh, because I've done a stupid. We have this container inside of the row, when he actually needs to come up here. And then child is that you. No? Oh yeah, there we go. Okay. But he has something has padding, so we need to find that. Center that real quick. I don't think we need that anymore. How did you get good at knowing what to do, trying to learn? Practice, basically? You mean like trying to move the widgets around and stuff like that? Figuring out what I want to do there? Let's also do center. Except for that didn't really center that. Interesting. Just programming in general. Just practice, man. Take a thing that you want to build. Simpler is better because it'll help you to finish it, but just build it. Don't worry about like if you're doing the most optimal thing possible, or if it's bad, or if you know how to do all the pieces, right? Just start. And then as you get to stumbling points where you don't know what to do, start learning, trying things like I'm doing here, kind of fiddling with it to get where you want it to be, and you'll start to build experience. And then once you have that experience, then you'll just kind of know what to do, or, you know, have an idea of how you want to tackle a project or a situation. Okay, I need to figure out where, if I want to do this, I'm actually not 100% set on this idea yet. Awesome advice. Thanks. Yeah, absolutely. I think here's my padding right here. It's in the form. But what if I put you... Well, no, I don't really want to do that. I could give it a little bit of a padding that would help with some of the legibility. Let's leave that off. It's not respecting that center no matter where I put it. Interesting. Let's bounce that back out since it didn't do anything for us. Oh, you know what? I bet you it is centered, but the padding on the form. Let's go back to select widget mode. It is, yeah. That extra space is coming from the form's padding. If I was to take the form padding off, which I could do, if I took that off, then it would be like that. But then I would have to do padding around everything else. Which I don't really want to do. What I could do here, let's put that back. Let's leave that all in. And we'll do this, which kind of sucks, but like, If we gotta do it, we gotta do it. So you go until here. No. Here. And then we can take this, all of that, put it here. I've not copied enough. I've missed something here. There's my box decoration. Oh, duh. I didn't take my label text with me. You need to go all of this. Like so. And put you above the column completely. That makes this column redundant. I think. Wait, no, I've totally messed up. This is the child of this container. There we go. That's what I did wrong. This all should have been this column. Hang on, we're going back. Put it back. Okay, there we go. This. Oop. Is where I was trying to be, I think. And then what have I done wrong? Should be after this container, which should be here. Am I missing? I was missing one. Okay. No, I wasn't. Container should have been closed in here. Form is the whole thing. That's fine. Column. Children. Goes outside of container. Container is there. So that should be there. Yeah. Wait. That's this column. Okay. I'm all mixed up here. Okay, hang on. I gotta sort this out really quick. Take that back out for a hot second. Okay. We're putting you... Oh. That's why. Okay, now I see. Oh, right, because that's duh. That's the whole form. Silly me. So if we put you all inside of the list of children, down here, that's where it's closed. Except for I'm missing something still. Is it... It's here. There we go. Okay. Then everything's still good and happy and life is grand. Now, before all of this is where I can put you. We delete that. You live here now. I didn't take all of you. This container lives here. There we go. That would put you above. And then instead of bottom, oh, that can't be a const because we pull that. Yeah, that's right. Whoop. Swap all them in. And that gives me that. I think I'm okay with that, except that visually looks to be different from the border all. Let's do where did we set that again? Defaults to 1. There we go. And then if we're going to do all that, let's just do your border width. That's fine. Oh, your underscore or your lowercase rather, and then I can't make you. Fine then, be that way. Oh, I put you in the wrong spot. Dummy. That's gonna be mad. That's fine. Ooh, except for I can't. How was I handling that before? It's in template. That's not my code. Why aren't you... Funky noise. Why aren't you, you have context here. Oh, it's because it's late. Yeah, okay. And then all of this is the color. Okay. What is your magic malfunction now? What? I don't know what that error was about. Okay. It's okay. Let's go with that for now. It might need like a little bit more of a pop, but it's way better now. Even though the widget got a little bit more complicated. Let me just double check. And there's no... Oh, we can do symmetric. But I can't because I need... Yeah. It's verbose and shitty, but that's just gotta be the way it's gotta be. I can do side symmetrically, but then I'd have to do the top and the bottom. And if they overlap, it'll look funky because it will draw them. It'll look like doubled. All right, let's leave that like that. Let's make sure. You're centered, your ellipsis, if for some reason you were to be overflowing. Label text. We've got our container here. It's got its padding. It's got its decoration. It's got the column. I don't... Oh, I do, because... the box decoration, that's right. Yeah, I think I just go away the way it's got to be. Okay. Sure. What? Dev tool options. What the hell? Why are you... Why do you exist? We will do, improve. So we did that, but we also did that, yeah. Improve readability of connection widgets or widget. Okay. Let's get back to things that are crunchy and data-y here. I'm reasonably happy with all of those changes, though. So we're going to need to... Our apply needs to work currently. So our map state. These guys are duplicates here. Let's do that for visual organization. We clone you. We do that. Okay. We also want to... Right now, if I expand this and I change, it's going to leave it open. I actually think I like that, though. Well, maybe I don't, because they're not ordered. Right, meow. And even if they were... Yeah, let's get it collapsing really quick before we finish this other stuff. Before I forget about it. I think we're done with those. It's you. And in our change dependencies, ooh. I think this is going to be a problem because I think this is going to fire too soon. Like when I... That's annoying. I guess we could say... Could we use... Is this the correct... I always forget what you're called. No. Is it... that? It is. Okay. Because... we do that, and we can say if oh, but I don't have, damn it. What do I want to do about that? Because everything's driven from the state above. I guess I could do... just a unique global key that forces you to rebuild every time. And then, except for that's going to fire too. Shit. Okay. Here's what we'll do. This. When we change dependencies and we do all this good stuff, you can't be null. Then I can say oh, except for damn it. Can I do this? No. And then that's not valid. Okay. I guess I would have to say here that shouldn't matter actually. Then we can do that instead. I don't need that then. Just do that. Hey, Tomato, and you're going well? Yeah, we're making slow but steady progress here on the editor, just solving all the world's issues as they arise. How you doing? Okay. That'll fix that. Wait, what did I change over here? Oh, it's fine. Just reorganized. reset expanded state if we have changed the selected connection of the connection that the data form represents. Let's do that. Okie dokie then. Now back to where I was trying to go before I got derailed by that annoying bug. We need to have our map state allow us to effect change upon the world. So my map controller has this handy dandy map of things in there. And we can get the connection by the ID. Okay, so let's do I want to do that? No. I just want to say the whole tile changes. Except for this crap. Well, actually, I think we can just do that. Or yeah, we need to do that because we need to set the backing, the in-memory data to there, right? As well. Or, damn it. We could actually probably get away with just reloading it. But for this, we need to actually have the helpers to save the data. But so if we do update the tile data via map controller, loop over the connections, set the data, update the data via the map controller, reload via set selected tile on the current selected tile. Would that get us there? I think it might. use selected tile. What this one is, or oh, do we want to do original? I don't know which one I'm gonna do there yet. Because original is just a copy for the sake of reload. Is anybody using you? No, nothing's using this right now. Because we build it now instead. Right here. And you, when we come to in map controller here, when we come through and delete a connection, connection data has an origin destination. But that won't pull, that won't be correct because we do have an offset for all the extra tiles for the visual tiles that don't really exist. We could store more data in here. Like map coordinates, original coordinates or something to it, or we can just go through the list. And it's probably fine to actually go through the list because it's just a save. It's not super performance critical. Let's do that. Okay. So this remove unused helper function, add notes about process to save changes. And we're not doing the file save yet, so I think we're okay here. Yeah, I think we're good there. We just need to do the controller work here. So let's do it's going to be a void. We could do this. And then we can do this. And then this would end up just being a call to these guys. It would make it nicer to consume. I guess we could stick with that. Like so. Like so, right? So we do if if your room data that if your connection data we can't use a switch here, I don't think, because it just the syntax is not compatible as far as I'm aware. I could be wrong. But here argument error. Provided tile is tile type is not handled. Let's do that. Okay, so here what we do is say room table UUID can't be null. Right, that could be null. You can't be null. Why did I make you nullable? Oh, because then I have to initialize you. I put that in the wrong place, but do I need to do just that? Yeah. Let's just make you empty objects if at the start when you get created. And that's going to simplify a lot of things, actually. I don't have to say that you are or must not be null for a instance. Same goes for you. Same goes for you. That makes things much nicer to work with. Same with this, then I don't have to null check that at all. It's still nullable, that's fine. Because this could be null if it's not null, right? Okay, now down here, if you're not null, sorry, I got totally distracted there. I'm good just listening while making some raspberry chocolates. It sounds amazing. I do like a good, like, earthy fruit and chocolate mix, like cherries or raspberries or something like that. It's not really earthy, but like, because like blueberries would be more earthy. What would a raspberry or strawberry be? I don't know. They taste red. Like, you know, they're kind of like a. I guess they're kind of bright, citrusy a little bit, tiny bit, even though they're not really, not citrusy, tangy. Tangy is the word. Okay. So if the current room is not null, Just thinking about the case where we add a thing that didn't exist before, which we do need to do eventually. We need to get there. We can burn that bridge when we get there. If the current room is not equal to null, then current room equals room data clone ROM data. Room data. Oh my god, I can't type. Clone room to update. Or do I just call you equals room to update? Could do that. And because these guys should all be a reference to the same thing, I think it just works. We'll have to find out. But then in here, before we do that, we do need to check stuff. So if we have, let's say, deleted a connection, then we need to go delete it from the map, from the file as well. This is going to be a case for TDD type stuff. That's what we're going to do. We're going to let that guide us here. So in our tests, map controller test, let's scoot you over here for right meow. Can be at the end. So in our map controller test, actually, it's a good thing we came over here. Let's make sure everything's still passing after the changes that we made. It is. Good. Perfect. Just thinking, if we were to need to do I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's just do the bare minimum here and let things develop as they will. Okay. Collapsing is still broken in that case. That's cool. So we need to throw in... We should probably add a test for Git connection. Well, it's just... Maybe I'll regret it, but I'm going to leave it out. It's just a helper. Famous last words, I know. You need to live up in here, not down there. So we need to say test update room. Yeah, we're just gonna YOLO a room update test here. We don't have our test map to play with. We have a real... Oh no, this is 3x3. Yeah, this is our test map. Okay. I was thinking for some reason of the full file. Okay. we need to do this step first. Oop. Like so. And then I want to say... See, how can I do this in a way... Oh, we just loop through it. It's going to be very, very small. Yeah. Yeah, that'll work. And look for the ID, which actually brings up an interesting point that we need to add one. Update room ID incorrect. Or I should say updated data. We need to handle this correctly. To do this should throw an error. Okay, so we go set up, we expect no warnings, perfect. We now have our map loaded into memory. I'm okay leaning on that because we've tested that already here. So, and it's just gotta be, because we gotta have test data. We want to pull out I guess I can just do when we know that 1-0 is going to be a room tile. Let's just do it. So our it's going to be a room data. This is going to be test controller map 1-0 as room data UUID can't be null. My map also can't be null. Why is my map nullable? Oh, because I clear it. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I guess I do. I do want you to be nullable. It's kind of a pain in the ass, but... Okay, anywho. So, you have a UUID. We don't permit changing the location. So we're going to leave the location alone. Do I want to throw errors or do I want to just ignore that data? Don't know what I want to do there. let's throw errors for now. Hello to you. Hey there to you as well. Yeah. I think I want to throw error because I really don't want that. Like, it would be hard to do that, except when we drag in a thing. I think it's going to be fine because we'll just manipulate the selected tile data. Yeah. Although dragging and dropping it onto the map itself, there won't be a selected tile. I guess the first step would be to set one. Because we take you there anyway so that you can apply it. So yeah, we're going to go with that. Okay, so as I was saying, our UUID is that location. Actually, let's do... We're going to do this. It'll be nicer to work with. Like so. Okay. We also have description. Verbose. What else we got? Connection IDs. Oh, I didn't delete my connection table. Or not connection table, but connections. Why do you still show connections? Ah. Did we not delete you? Not there. Here. No, just IDs. Connection IDs. That needed to go away. Let me make sure. That'll break this, which is fine. We need to get rid of that anyway. Just a little oversight there. When we ripped that out of there, we didn't get all of it. Okay. Meow. Let's fix that. Room model. Test. Map. Room model test. Remodel test. Move. Leftover. Connections property. Should have gone away with first change. Just to keep our commits clean here. We want to make sure that this passes still. Actually, I should have done that before I committed, but that's okay. Okay, yeah. Good. All right. So we got our description, verbose description, and connection IDs. We're going to do to start with, we're not going to do that. We're just going to say it's the same. And I'm going to make sure update room, no connection changes. Okay, so meow, we do update tile, feed it updated data. And then we're going to expect that UUIDs are the same. The location should be the same. Do I want to do... I think I might. Because... when are you... Oh, because you could be null. Because I want to make sure that this doesn't get mangled. So if I do that, then I can check against the saved version. The description should be the updated tile description, and verbose description should be the updated verbose. What do we think about that? Horizontal connection. Oh, this should be 0, 0. Because corner. I was thinking an extra row. We don't have an extra row right now. We used to. Now we don't. Okay, so that didn't get updated. So it's not. It must not be the same reference. Okay, so we're going to have to do something to map these to their actual array position. Do we actually gain anything from doing that, though? From even having these tables if we do that? I'll have to think about that. I think the answer is yes. I think that these could be big enough that it would matter. Maps could be big, especially when we double their tiles, right? So if we say that we support like 100 by 100, that's going to be a couple hundred. So it's like the offset is the extra tiles is plus the itself again minus 2. So if it was 100 by 100, it would be in each axis, it would be 198 tiles, right? Which is not huge in computer terms, but I think it's probably big enough that a map is useful to us. But we don't have the position in this map encoded in here. And that we probably need to in order to take advantage of these tables. Which means I need a thing to wrap these up. Which actually gives this helper that gets a tile a little bit more justification for existing. Because it can return the actual table object instead of the wrapper object that we need to put in there. Yeah, we're gonna do that, I think. But it's been a couple hours, and I desire sleep soon, very soon. So I'm gonna call it here. And I'll probably work on this a little bit over my weekend. We'll see what things look like. But thank you for hanging out with me today. We had some good chats, some new faces. It was good to meet you guys. Good to see those of you that are returning. If you like this kind of thing, I do it for roughly 2 hours a night, 4 days a week, starting on Friday and ending today. So come back on Friday at about 8 p.m. Central Time, and I should be here doing more of it, and I would love to see you again. If not, you guys have yourselves a great week anyway, and we'll catch you some other time. Thanks, everybody. Bye.